Hi, this video is so long overdue, and I am just going to take this chance and just jump right in and do it. Putting it off for another day or two has turned into many weeks. So today I want to talk to us about identity, and the question is, who am I? Recently, I had the opportunity to speak with a group of young students going off to college this fall. And the topic was, who am I? I wanted to talk to them on identity, as I thought it was something that is critical as they leave the cocoon of their parents' home to go out to college, whether they are going to be doing online or they're going to do in person. And I realized how important it is that if they don't know who they are, that when they get to college, the others are going to define them, define who they are. And at times, if they're not sure who they are, that is what is going to stick with them. And so there's an activity that I did with them, and it was to use a mirror. I asked them to hold the mirror up before them and use some words to describe what they saw. Suffice it to say that some of the responses were positive, some were negative, and some had me a little bit concerned about what they saw. And I felt that it was a moment for me to be open and to be vulnerable with them, since that's an issue that I struggled with for many, many years. I struggled with knowing who I am because as a teenager, I had serious acne. The kids would tease me mercilessly, and this was in high school, first form, worse in second and third forms. And it defined who I was at the time. It made me think that this outward skin, what it was here, the acne scars, was who I am, and I didn't see any worth in myself. I didn't see any value in myself. I allow others to define me. I even walked with my head bowed, right? Until one day a lady saw me and she put her hand under my chin and she said, "Colette, lift your head up. You are beautiful. Never walk with your head held low." And so I would be lying if I told you that what she said changed how I felt about myself in that day. No, it didn't. It went on for much longer, right? And even as I became an adult, that same feeling persisted into adulthood, even with relationships, even in relationships. I couldn't see how someone would love me, would want to be with me, because all I could think of is all that they're seeing is the outward appearance. Until this scripture in Psalm 139 says that I am fearfully and I'm wonderfully made, and that my soul knows well. I had to use that to apply to my own life, and so that I'm created in God's image, in his own likeness, and I am beautiful just the way I am, right? So scars, and my scars might be physical, it doesn't define me, right? Relationships don't define me either. And so as I listened to what the young persons were saying, about the words that they use to describe them, and I said, oh my, this is why it's so important as parents, as aunties, as uncles, as whoever, we have to instill within our family, our own children, our nieces and our nephews, the importance of knowing who we are, who they are, because others are out there waiting to identify, to put a label on them, and we really don't want that to happen. We want to instill within them a sense of self-worth. We need to affirm them. We need, especially because I'm called to women and girls, we need to tell our girls that you are beautiful, so that a man doesn't just come and tell her that she is beautiful and she falls for that. Her dad should be telling her, her mom should be telling her that you are beautiful. It doesn't matter what anyone else think about you. It's what you think about your own self. And then as a woman, relationships define us. Yes, some of us use the relationships with our spouses or with someone who is significant in our lives to make that be the defining moment of us. And when these relationships don't work, we fall apart because we saw ourselves as so connected with this person that we didn't have an identity outside of a relationship. And that's why sometimes as women and as people, we get caught up in these relationships without knowing who we are first at the core. When we know who we are at the core of our very being, it's not that we're going to hurt when these relationships fall apart or something goes wrong in the relationships. But we're going to understand that I am strong, I am confident, I am bold, and yes, I am hurting, and yes, this person has left me or I have left that person, but that does not define who I am. And so I closed with showing them a clip of what it was like with the students in college, and the words that we used to mark her: fat, ugly, right? All the words that kids use to, words that we also use to identify ourselves. That we're not good enough, that we're ugly, that we're fat, that we have no value. And when they saw that, it kind of changed their mindset somewhat. Because at the end of the day, these are just words. We decide how we are going to allow the words to affect us. Right? And so it is important that as we identify who we are, we make sure that we project that on the outside. We believe it on the inside and we project it on the outside. Now, who am I? I am Colette Lawrence. I am confident. I am bold. I am strong. I will do all that God has purposed for me to do. One love. Blessings.